So you've got to go through a process. People can trust, the community can trust, the organization can trust. So, for example, I use the example of military. So you join an army, navy, so you fill out the form, you go for physical tests, you go for training, sweat, blood, you take the logo, the badge, the uniform, so you are part of that organization, you represent that organization, and then slowly you move in the ranks and you become in charge someday. Same way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asking a person to join his club, a membership in his club, that he wants us to gradually go through that in the ranking. So once you come to the ranking of the lil muttaqeen, the people those who are taqwa, you got to go through a lot of steps. Yes, you're Muslim, Mu'min, taqwa, muhsineen, so they're ranking as well. So the Hajj, if everything, all bad deeds are forgiven, that means you got to go up to the higher level to get to that stage. So first thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, okay, pledge the forms, fill out the forms, have a creed. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I've joined the club now. Allah says that's not enough. You join it, that's great. You got a membership, but there's some certain rituals, certain things you have to do now. You have 5 times you have to communicate with me. You start your day with me, Fajr. You end your day with me, Isha. You end your sunset with me, Al-Maghrib. During daytime you are busy at peak, hustle, bustle, lunch, this, that, Zohr and Asr. Communicate with me. And Allah says, okay, you're communicating with me, but maybe you're showing off. You're not doing it for me only. Allah knows everything. Maybe you're just showing off. Now I want you to go to the next level. I want you to stay hungry. I had certain things haram for you, you're not supposed to do as a Muslim. Now I'm going to take halal and put it away as well. So let's see how you do that. So it's complete hunger and thirst. Just for Allah. Nobody knows I'm fasting. I don't know you're fasting. But salat, zakat, hajj, shahada, all other pillars, somebody else is involved. You're taking shahada, your parents are asking you to repeat. When you become Muslim later in your life, somebody else is asking you to repeat. Hajj, millions of people watching. Zakat, there's somebody's giving, somebody's taking. Salat, somebody's leading salat, you're making wuzu, people see you. But Sawm, as-sawmu li wa ana ajzi bihi. It's completely for Allah, nobody else knows. Allah says, that's great, you're getting better, you're getting to the next level. But now, why were you missing Salat in Ramadan in the past? Oh Allah, I was making money, I was just, ghafil, I was just going after dollar. Allah says, you know what? Take at least minimum 2.5% of your wealth and give fi sabilillah to the people, those who are mustaq of that, those who have the haqooq on this one. Give it to them. Now you give to that one. You're getting to next level. Then Allah says, you know what? You're getting there, alhamdulillah, you did shahada, you pray on time, you did Sawm on time, you're paying zakat. Now you come to the stage, pack up and leave for Allah. Go. So either leave for jihad, if we don't have it right nowadays, or leave for Allah for Hajj. So leaving for Allah, before you leave, there's certain things that you have to do. You have to make a list of the people that you have offended. You go back to every single one of them and ask, please, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, forgive me. I have offended you so many years ago, 30, 50 years ago, please forgive me. Those who passed away, ask Allah for forgiveness. So Allah, have rahmah, that they can forgive. They're not alive. Allah, you forgive me. So raise their rank, Allah, those who passed away. I couldn't get the forgiveness in time. So you go through whole list. Then you make your wasiyah, your will, your asset. Tell your wife, tell your husband, tell your family, where's your wealth? What happened if you die? So you go through, pay all the debts, completely ready and clean now. Because you're prepared, you don't know if you will make it or not. You might come back alive or not. So you're ready. Nowadays we go in first class, it's easy, Hajj, but before people used to go on ships and it was very, tough, months and months of journey. So people, used to, go through a lot of tough time. But you leaving the house, you have no idea, you'll see your children back, you'll get your job back, you'll come back alive, Allah Alam. Now you leave. When you leave, what you do? You go to the airport, you see, you land in Jeddah, you see thousands and thousands, millions of people. They're all for the same momentum, same training, same pledges, same hazing process they've gone through. You look around and say, Allah, they're all here, what's going on? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you reflect the Quran, you reflect that every single step. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, what? Inna khalaqnakum. We have created you what? Shu'uban wa qaba'il li ta'arafu. We put you in America, somebody in Malaysia, somebody in Pakistan, somebody in India. They're all coming to Ka'batullah. They're all what? In different tribes. Today we don't have much of tribal society, but we have country-based. What passport you carry? Where you coming from? What language you speak? So this is li ta'arafu. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. But who's the best? At the end of the day, inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. Best who has the taqwa in their heart. That's what Allah is looking for. Now you get to that stage and you come to Mecca, the boundaries of the Hajj, where you have to change your dress. What do? You take a shower. Take a shower, and after that you don't put deodorant, you don't put cologne, don't put perfume, don't put anything else. Nothing. So Allah, I have interiorly aligned myself with you. Pay all my debts, ask for forgiveness, told my parents, my children, my family, that I'm ready to meet you. I don't know I'll come back alive or not. I have tried my best. This is my shower. And I don't want to beautify anymore. I mean perfume, I mean cologne, nothing. Whatever smell, whatever I am, that's I am. Now you put 2 pieces of cloth on you, unstitched, white. Guess what? This is the shower you took, you put 2 pieces of cloth. This is the exactly same pieces of cloth that you're going to wear when you're going to die. But this time somebody else will give you a shower. And we call it kafan. So know you prepare to meet Allah now, or then Allah, I'm prepared, as good as it gets. That's all I can do. You want to take me now? I'm ready. And eventually I'll come to you. This is the dress code going to be. The moment you put the dress code, everything else is haram in what? All other stuff is haram now. Prepare to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. First thing you say what? Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. I'm ready, I'm present, I'm here. Who's calling you? Because generally in the class roll, is okay, is Ahmed here? Is Ali here? Yes sir, yes ma'am, okay. Who's calling? In other classes you usually say, Ali here, labbaik, Ahmed here, labbaik. Somebody's roll calling, somebody's calling your name. Who's calling your name? Who's asking? There's no roll call. But you say, labbaik, I'm here, I'm present. The army is lined up. You say, oh, Commander Ahmad is here. Commander Ismail, yes sir. Labbaik, yes sir. You ready? Yes sir. Who is calling you? Who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because you're already ready for it. And you say, Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Allah, I'm ready, I'm prepared. You want to take me now? I'm prepared to meet you. Because I think I have done what I could to ask people for forgiveness. So, I paid the debts, I did whatever I could. I left my job, promotion, ego, wife, children, everything. I'm here now. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. You also remember the promise that you and I, all of us did, all arwah, all the spirits. Allah created them first and put them in line and all of them together. And then Allah said what? Alastu bi rabbikum. Surah Iraq, Surah number 7, verse number 171. Alastu bi rabbikum. Do you know I'm your Lord? Qalu bala shahidna. Yes, they all said, we all said, yes. Qalu bala. Yes, indeed, shahidna. We witnessed, we know, we affirm that. So know you remember that promise. So labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Yeah, I did promise before that you are the Lord. I'm ready now. You are the Lord. I'm prepared. Inna hamda wa ni'ma. All the blessing, all good things, Malik al-Mulk, kingdom belongs to you. Nothing. I built this my kingdom. I built my house. Built my reputation. Built my community. None of this mean anything. It is just blessing from you. It's Allah. It's your ni'ma. You are the king of all kings. I'm prepared. Then you go on. And you go to Kaaba. What do you do? In the Kaaba, you do 7 times tawaf. Tawaf, why 7 times? Why not 9 times? Why not 10 times? Why not 1 time? Allah does not need the numbers, but there's got to be some reason for it. Why? Because Ibrahim alayhi salam did 7 times. Because Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did 7 times. And Ibrahim alayhi salam has gone through so many tests and trials in his life that, his wife, his children, his own. So he's gone through every single test that you can imagine. And he passed every test, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Kana Ummah. He was like the community. A community cannot collectively go through all the tests and pass. But Ibrahim alayhi salam himself passed the test. So Allah says he passed the test. So he's beloved of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's chosen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah says, do the 7 times what he did. Again, you do 7 times and he said what? After that, go to Maqam Ibrahim, the place where the Ibrahim. Again, you're praying for Allah. You're doing dua for Allah. But remembrance and reflection, a reminder of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Because he has done what Allah told him to do, and Allah loved him so much that gazillions have done it, gazillion will do it. So Allah wants you to repeat this. Then you pray 2 rakat Maqam Ibrahim, and after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes to Safa and Marwa, Sa'id, run back and forth. Why? Why I run? Because there was a female, a woman, Hajra alayhi salam. She ran back and forth. Why she ran? Why she was there? Because Ibrahim was told alayhi salam to take your family and your child and leave it in the middle of the desert. So Ibrahim listened to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses in the Quran the Uswatul Ibrahim. So there's 2 ayat. One is Laqad kana lakum Rasulullah fi Uswatul Hasana, Surah Ahzab ayah. And I believe Surah Nahl's ayah is for Ibrahim alayhi salam, that he is also model for you. Uswa. So These are two messengers, the uswa, the models are reflected and mentioned in the Quran directly for us to be modeled and to replicate, imitate their life. So Hajra listened to Ibrahim alayhi salam. Ibrahim listened to Allah. Allah said, this family is my chosen one. What Hajra did back and forth, I want you to do the same way. Casting, running. Why? When Allah says in Quran, I believe Surah Baqarah, Safa al-Marwa min sha'ir Allah. These are what? These are monument of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's just a mountain, small thing. Matter of fact, nothing much is left, It's what, small chip of mountain on each side left, but you can't even figure it out. And Allah said, no, sha'ir Allah. These are my signs. These are my, monuments. Go through this one. Imagine. We say as a Muslim, in the West, Islam gave a lot of rights to this and that. We can tell our non-Muslim friends that none of us can have complete 5 pillars of Islam unless and until we do what a woman has done. There cannot be Umrah, there cannot be Hajj without Sa'i. You have to go back and forth. So it doesn't matter, you're male, female, doesn't matter, you have to go through. So we can't complete our deen of first just 5 pillars of Islam unless we do what a woman has done in Islam. Allahu Akbar. Why did she do it? Now you're running and thinking about what? Thinking about your family back home in America, in France, in Germany, like Allahu Akbar. What happened to my children? She ran back and forth here for her son. She's going there looking for son, without water. She runs back, okay, maybe somebody took the son, runs back. What happened to my children? Where are they? Who's feeding them? Oh my God, what happened to my job? My promotion, I took vacation. When I get back, how will they sustain? Who will sustain them? No, Allah says, don't worry about it. If I can give water here in the middle of the desert and can protect that family and that son, and gazillion have to drink that water as a blessing, don't worry about your children. Don't worry about your children. So long you are aligned with me, you have taqwa of me, I guarantee to protect and preserve your children. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah Kaf, Surah number 18, the story of Khidr alayhi salam and Musa alayhi salam. When Khidr was asked by Musa alayhi salam, why are we building this wall when these people didn't feed us? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, build this wall. And Musa is asking, tell him, Abuhuma kana salihan. These children, father was righteous. That's why I'm protecting their assets. So if you want your children to be righteous, then you become righteous. Because if you are good, if you have a taqwa, guess what? Your children will be protected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did in the Quran. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah number 65, وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ. Those who have the fear of Allah, not fear means khashiyah, fear means the disobedience. No, Allah, I don't want to disobey you. I don't want to offend you in any way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you rizq that you have no gaman, no imagination. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Sahaba used to talk to each other, say, man, my days are not that good nowadays, man. This is not going well. They used to recite this ayah, Surah Talaq, I believe ayah number 6. They used to recite, read this ayah. Oh, because if you have taqwa, don't worry. Allah provides from where you have no imagination. Don't worry about it, man. Your days, don't worry about the days. Just have Allah's taqwa. So the point is that now you're running and thinking about your family. Allah says, if you have taqwa, you're in line with me, don't worry, everything is fine. Don't think we have much time left, so inshallah we'll end here. But the last thing is that, standing in Arafat, making dua. Those who are not going for Hajj this year, try to fast from Yawm Arafat, because this is a lot of blessing to fast for one day. And different narrations that Allah forgives a sin for 1 year, 2 years. Even Allah forgives sin for 1 minute. We don't know how much sin we have. Try to fast from that day. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us wisdom, vision and strength that we can adhere to every step that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us with logical understanding, so that we can act upon it and with hikmah, and then convey others with the hikmah. Therefore we can transmit this knowledge with the blessing of Allah and hikmah of Allah to our youth, our future, our generation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us wisdom, vision and strength. I have an announcement for, I believe, Monday 6 p.m. and this masjid, mashallah, is hosting an Attorney General candidate. The Chief Law Enforcement Officer will be elected by this state. One of those, there are 4 people coming to debate and proposing and coming and discussing and answering your question to tell who's the best candidate for you. Eventually you have to vote for them. These are the people, one of them going to become enforcing the law in this state. And guess what? Alhamdulillah, we're blessed that Masjid is holding it. So come in this Masjid 6:30 Monday, pretty straight. The 4 candidates are coming. They're going to have debate. You have a opportunity to talk to them, ask them questions, meet them, and get involved. Get involved, because we have confused ourselves, we have confused our generation. Those who are elder here, those who came here 60s, 70s, 80s, go and ask them. They pretty much derailed the entire generation. by saying, I have a house in Egypt, I have a house in Pakistan, I have a house in India, I'm going to go back, brother, just do the study here, that's it, we're going to finish education, make money, we'll go back. They never went back. 40 years they're here. The children don't know they're Egyptian, they're Pakistani, they're American, they have no idea, they're confused. And we do not want to do that because this is the country you and I chose to become part of it. We stood consciously in line for the embassy for hours and hours to get visa here. So we got the visa, we need to make the best out of this country. So we pay tax here, we sleep here, we are part of this country, so now it's time to make a part of decision making. One of these guys is going to make the decision what law to enforce, what case to take, why not to take. And this masjid, alhamdulillah, Allah bless one of you, remember, I don't want to mention his name. I heard him on the radio that there was some discrimination in the swimming pool. A female Muslim was not allowed to get in or was thrown out of the swimming pool because she was wearing hijab, the child was wearing something. And that Muslim, one of you remember from this masjid, mashallah, was talking and I heard Allahu Akbar. And think about it, these kind of small minor things, what does the child go through? Psychologically. If the law is not on your side, this is the only thing we have in this country. Best thing is that there is nobody above the law. You got a problem, you can take them to court. Now we're on most countries, depending on who you take and what you take. But here, this is our country now, we're blessed. So that person was talking about swimming pool and the issue of discrimination. These are the people who are going to make decisions. So come and participate. Participating in this society, which is non-Muslim, astaghfirullah, is a sunnah of Yusuf alayhi salam, is sunnah of Muhammad alayhi salam, is sunnah of Sahaba ajma'in. Because there is not a single institution created in Islamic history, let alone Quran and Hadith, you won't find any. But I'm talking about Sahaba and Tabat Tabi'in time. And Sahaba were not just sitting in the masjid. Umar bin Khattab had from current Ethiopia to current Russia under his control. Give me a single institution he built. The postal mechanism, the shipping, all the new trend that we have, it started with him in Amir Mawiyah time. Tell me a single institution which says this is Islamic university, this is Islamic al-Mustashfa, Islamic hospital, Islamic Jamia. None of them. Why? Because they truly understood that this deen is hudan lin-nas, was for mankind. Give me an example of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Did he say Islamic Republic of Medina? Did he say Islamic Jamhuriya Medina? None. It's a Medina to Nabi. Where Nabi is, that city. So where did Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam pray for first 10 years? In Kaaba. And we know the authentic hadith from both Ahl al-Tashayyu and Ahl al-Sunnah. And one says Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha came, and other one says Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anha came to rescue Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam when somebody put a dead animal on top of him while he was praying. Where? In Kaaba. So Kaaba was Islamic, Muslim completely. There were idols inside. So please don't confuse yourself, don't confuse your children. This is our country. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Siru fil ard. This whole earth belongs to us. We have chosen this here. We'll participate here. And because of our action, once we make up our mind that we are here, these people will respect us. Right now, the local Americans do not respect us. Because why? First of all, we don't live up to the Islamic principle. Punctuality, respecting other people, getting involved, we don't do that. The second, we don't know. Each time we talk about back home. Back home politics. Wait a second. Do you know your senator's name? No. Do you know your congressman's name? No. But I can ask you, we'll talk 4 hours about Egyptian politics. We'll talk 4 hours about Pakistani politics. Brother, are you even allowed to vote there? No. So what's the point? What's the point? Get involved here. Because once you are a good Muslim, practicing Muslim, that's what Allah wants. Allah does not want aksara amala. Allah wants ahsana amala, best ability. So give your best shot. Last example I want to give. Because of our conduct, if people become Muslim, this is what? A Muslim country. Because majority of Muslims are Muslim, in the population of Muslim, the country is Muslim. Because of our conduct, the president become Muslim, Allahu Akbar. Governor become Muslim, Allahu Akbar. This is a Muslim country. So countries don't take Shahada. People take Shahada. So therefore we need to come on and act. There is biggest Muslim country in the world is what? Indonesia. Give me an example where the Muslim army went there to conquer. None. Why? Because of conduct. So brothers and sisters, don't confuse yourself. Don't confuse your children. Get involved. This is the best opportunity to get involved. And this is Sunnah of Yusuf alayhi salam. He said, I can become in charge. قَالَ جَنِّي عَلَى الْخَزَائِنِ الْأَرْضِ إِنِّي حَفِيظٌ عَلِيمٌ. Surah Yusuf, Surah number 12, verse number 55. I can control this khazan, I can be in charge, I can be finance minister. Give me this one, I will know how to do it. This coming up, stepping up and being volunteer is sunnah of Yusuf alayhi salam, sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us wisdom, vision, strength that we make Allah's deen as our breathing in, breathing out in our actions, and then we act upon it, and then we convey to others with hikmah. Ameen, summa ameen, ya Rabbal Alameen. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين خاتم النبيين رحمة العالمين وعلى آله الطاهرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. اللهم إنا نسألك من الخير كله ونعوذ بك من شر كله. آمين ثم آمين يا رب العالمين.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. استوت تلك الراس. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم.